So hello, welcome back to season 4 Wars. Today I'm over at Shelsley Walsh for the first event of the year. This is their breakfast club. A little bit of a damp wet day, it wasn't the nicest day, a little bit cold as well, but there are certainly some nice cars out in this place. So I brought the Alfa up and I'll take you for a little bit of a walk around and show you what's here. So I decided to bring up my recently purchased Alfa Romeo Brera. Now this hadn't been to a car show yet, so I thought this would be a very nice introduction for it. I suppose as an Alfa Romeo owner, I should really feature a few more other Alfa Romeos on my channel. This was a lovely Giulietta. I don't know too much about the ins and outs of it, but the colour really caught my eye, and I wish my Brera was a slightly more jazzier colour. But let's move back onto slightly more familiar territory with me with this AMG GT. Now, if you watch my previous videos, you will know that I'm a big fan of these cars. This is one car I really would love to own ever since having a driving experience at Mercedes-Benz welding one. From a standard AMG move, this slightly modified AMG. Obviously this isn't a standard Mercedes colour, but it really did stand out. A few other little modifications, I think it's lowered, and I think it's obviously aftermarket wheels on it. Just really like, look at this car for something different. So if you're a regular viewer on the channel, you know that I almost bought one of these a few months back. I won at a local auction. Very tempted I was by it, but it was just a little bit too much money. So it was quite nice to have a look around what I potentially could have owned. Now, Porsche seem a very popular car up at Shelsley, and the one thing I've sort of learned from Shelsley, seeing so many Porsches up there, is everyone is ever slightly different, and I really like the spec of this one with the two-tone leather, with that light blue on the outside and the fixed bore on the back, which normally I'm not a fan of. And we'll finish off our trio of 911s here with this one. It's a Carrera S from the sort of mid-90s, really nice looking car. I think these are really appreciated in the last few years. Now, if this next car was a Beta, it would have been a nice smooth transition over. Of course, I'm only joking about that. But we had this lovely Up GTI, and I really would love to have a go one. I think they could be a lot of fun. Lots of sort of similarities to the original Mark 1 Golf GTI. Now, if you're not an enthusiast, you will just see this as a black Audi A4. However, this is far from that. This is obviously an RS4. We'll know what the engines are in these. We'll know how much of a sleep they are. And this one was a manual as well, so even bonus points to that. Now, of all the cars that BMW produced, I know they're very questionable styling at the moment. This is one of the few that I actually quite like. This is a BMW M2. Again, another car I'd love to really have a go in one of these. Now, I'm not a big French car fan, however, I would love to have a drive in one of these. These look such good fun. Now, so I make a bit more of an effort with French cars, and so I should really show you some more. So obviously I picked out this DS because it was just such a fantastic example, almost like a sort of minty greeny colour on the outside with the blue. It actually worked quite well, surprisingly. Now, I think I've shown this car on the channel before. It's a little lovely Honda Beat, very eye-catching colour, very eye-catching that zebra skin interior as well. It's not genuine zebra skin. But yeah, I've shown this car before, but it always just catches my eye whenever I see it up at Shelsley. Now, being in Worcestershire, I suppose I should show this to fly the flag for local products. You can't walk past an E-Type, can you? You've always got to go and have a look at them. This was a Series 1 4.2, so relatively early car, and in this shade of black, it just looks so elegant. I also couldn't miss out just to show you this very imposing Rolls Royce. Looks like a fairly older restoration. It wasn't in perfect condition, but it's nice to see cars like this actually being used out and about. Now, here's something you don't see every day. A Vauxhall Cavalier. Now, I've no idea about the specs, but there was a young guy polishing this up, and fair play to him, because this is an absolutely immaculate car and actually quite a rare car nowadays. Well, I'd love to show you more of the cars that were around Chelsea, but I think if I showed you every car there, we'd be here for a few hours. So I thought I'd just pick out a small selection for you. There is always such a wide selection that there really is something for everyone at these Shelsley Walsh events. So a big thank you for listening to me waffle on about some cars. It's going to be goodbye from me, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.